March 27 will be the day to remember for all Filipinos. The historic signing of the comprehensive agreement on the Bangsamoro, which will end a conflict in Mindanao for the past 42 years. Due credit is given to President Benigno Aquino III for his dedication and determination to win the peace. Tonight, we are joined by the government's chief negotiator, Professor Mirriam Coronel-Ferrer. Good evening, ma'am, and welcome to NewsLife.
Good evening, Robert, and to the rest of the newscasters here with us today.
Ma'am, you must be very fulfilled with this milestone agreement to be signed in just 2 days. And on a personal note, how would you sum up the outcome of the negotiations?
Well, we've really gone a long way. We have produced several documents, and all of these documents pertain to different components that pieces of the whole house that we are building. So I think it's really, it's very encouraging that we have that kind of trust and confidence, and also wide public support that we hope to sustain with the implementation.
Ma'am, as you went through the process, was it difficult to settle contentious issues like the normalization process, the creation of the new Bangsamoro entity, power and wealth sharing?
You know, the negotiations entailed a lot of hard work, a lot of understanding each other, and a lot of compromises also to be made that had been made by both. But at the end of the day, we came to terms, and we have something that we can defend very well before the public, and also guarantee that it will produce good results.
Ma'am, how would you describe your negotiations with our Muslim brothers from the MILF and the support of the Malaysian government?
We had very good support provided by all the international actors that played a role in this process. Primarily, of course, the facilitation role, which was done by the Malaysian government, and we appreciate that very much. They provided the facilities for us every time we went to Kuala Lumpur for our negotiations with the MILF, and at the same time, it's also Malaysia that heads the international monitoring team. That's the team that monitors the ceasefire between the government and the MILF.
Ma'am, now after the signing, the next phase is the crafting of a draft bill which will be submitted to Congress for its consideration. Now, when will this happen, and any issues which could delay the said measure?
We hope that the draft bill will be submitted to Congress within the next 2 months, so that Congress can begin the process of legislating, you know, the whole process, starting with the first reading and then conduct of several public hearings that it may be able to do hopefully during the summer break, and so that when they come back, everybody comes back for the opening in July, deliberations can continue with the ending goal of passing the Bangsamoro Basic Law within the year.
Ma'am, do you foresee any issues that could delay?
Well, you know, this any law is quite complicated. There are many technical components that would have to be understood by everyone. You're crafting an organic act for an autonomous region, which means that there are diverse provisions that would have to be really thought through. A lot of details as well that have to be put in place. Although we have some of the parameters provided for in our annexes, the annexes on wealth sharing and annex on power sharing as well, still have to provide much more detail. So that kind of thing will take time and will require a lot of discussions between us and them to be able to facilitate the passage of the law.
Now, ma'am, some sectors have expressed concern that it may require amendments to the Constitution. Is the agreement within the parameters of the Constitution?
The new law that will be legislated by Congress will all fall within the parameters of the Constitution. But you know, the Constitution has provided us with very good general principles which you can all, you know, maximize and be able to put in the details that will make a good autonomous government for the Bangsamoro.
Now, how long do you think it will take for everything from the signing until implementation?
Our roadmap goes up to 2016, which is, of course, the term of President Aquino. By 2016, we hope that we will have put all the necessary foundation for the peace to be sustained, the development to move forward, and the institutions that would enable good governance in the area. So that's our target. Between now and 2016, we have a lot of things to put in place, not only the new law, but certainly also the institutions that are created, that will be created by the law, the programs that will be part of the normalization process from security, the security components, the socioeconomic components, as well as the bigger project of reconciliation.
And finally, ma'am, what future do you see for our people in the new Bangsamoro entity?
Well, we expect that everybody would, of course, have high expectations, and I think that kind of expectation should be translated into very active participation in both government and society. We hope that they will be the ones to keep watch over this process, and government in turn will make sure that the necessary resources to provide them with that kind of a fresh start, better development, better programs, education for their children will be provided.
Okay, on that note, thank you very much for joining us here tonight at NewsLife. That was Professor Mirriam Ferrer, the Chief Negotiator of the government in its successful conclusion of the talks with the MILF. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.